especially to our guests here in the session hall, representatives of the Madang Public Market Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association, or MPM TODA. Mayang hapon mga sir. I'd like to apologize for my attire, the abrupt session na to. Thank you all for attending. Wala na ko'y time muli para mag-change niya. Wala pa ko'y barong na natuyo sa balay. Wala na padala. The fifth regular session of the 7th City Council of the year 2024 is now called to order. Please rise for the opening prayer to be led by Honorable Sammy Rodriguez, followed by the national anthem, provincial hymn, and city hymn.
Okay, Mr. Chair, before I proceed to my prayer, I just want to thanks to my classmates, Councilor Dodo Muniz, for my beautiful and shiny shoes. Thank you so much, Councilor. Sunod, pantalon na po na. Let us pray. Father, thank you for every seat that has been filled here today, for each mind and hearts that feels the presence of this room. We thank you. Only you truly knows that we have setting out to accomplish today. We have an idea, a vision, suggestion, and daily instructions. We have talents, abilities, and times to work. However, only you see the perfect details, the end of every beginning. Every project, every season, every life, nothing is ever vain, for even mistakes and missteps are used for good. Your righteousness transcends all our effort and understanding. Forgive us for our pride, the pride that pops up, and the prides that threaten us and equality us. Strengthen our confidence in who you have made us to be. Set us free from comparison in order to work together efficiently. Bless this session today, all these presents as well as the lives of those we will encounter afterwards. Ready us to make every moment counts. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Sisigit sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang islap ng wakaw at mo'y tagumpay na nagtiniling. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ang wakaw na marayang, yan ang uyo niya mo, malipay ng matamayang kalupaan mo, yan tayo mahungaho. Dagat mo mga suba, magaligaya, kahulihan kawilihan ng kanan. O mahal na Davao Oriental, kahit mo mapaway, yung kabut, yung kapatan, mayaman ay magandahan. Mas tirain pa kami kumanto, kami mo uli halikan mo. Bago namin Langga, siyudad ng mati, yang yaman mo di magkaati. Isang kadyaya, isang kapatagan, kadagatan kabaybayunan. Mahalan niya, lumadyanita, kaya't palibot maganda. Sang kadyawan, nagsambugan, inaiyahan niya lima. Tagamati, matiharan, tagamati, matiharan, tagamati, matiharan, tagamati, matigan, tagamati, matiharan, tagamati, matiharan, tagamati, matiharan, sa isa bang makagana, tagamati, maya, tagamati, kami.
Kindly be seated. Mr. Secretary, you may proceed with the roll call.
Honorable Samuel Rodriguez, Honorable Delphine Miones, Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Gaita, Honorable Sena Princess Campos, Honorable Edmundo Pang Jr., Honorable Abilino Capina Jr., Honorable Armand Valera, Honorable Sandra Paul Alcantara, Honorable Jerome Deng Hirang, Honorable Rogelio Pabio, Honorable Baudilio Miones, absent excuse, Honorable Daniel Macaobos, Honorable Tomas Sevilleno, Honorable Lorenzo Leon Enzo Rabat,
Present.
Quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Please proceed to the next item.
Reading and consideration of the previous minutes of the regular session dated January 22, 2024, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Do any members have corrections with our minutes? If there are none, Honorable Miones is recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to everyone, especially to the members of the 7 City Council headed by the handsome Vice Mayor.
Good afternoon, Cons.
Of course, to our guests from Madang Public Market Tricycle and Operators and Drivers Association headed by the President, Mr. Vicente Kamaungay, sir. Of course, and company. Before I proceed, Mr. Chair, I would like to greet advance happy birthday to the members of this august body that will celebrate their birthdays this February. Of course, Councilor Kobe Capinya, February 4.
Happy birthday, Cons.
Constara, February 19. And
birthday.
Cons JR Pang, February 21.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday sa inyo hangtanan. Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Again, I believe each member has a copy of the minutes dated January 22, 2014 during the 5th regular session of the 7 City Council. 4th regular session of the 7 City Council. If there is no proposed amendments to the minutes, therefore, I move for the adoption of the said minutes. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Miones for the adoption of previous minutes dated Jan 22, 2024. Members to second his motion. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections or further corrections, motion is carried. Please proceed to the next item, Mr. Secretary.
For question hour, no guests invited. Privilege hour, other reports, observations.
Thank you. Privilege hour is upon us. Are there any reports, observations, manifestations by any members? Honorable Valera is recognized, followed by the Honorable Macaubos.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Maayong hapon sa tanan.
Mayang hapon.
I have here a copy of communication number 34 from Mr. Vicente C. Kamaungay, the MPM to the President, who wants to apply for accreditation, Mr. Chair. And before with that, Mr. Chair, allow me to introduce to you all of my colleagues, the members and officers of MPM TUDA. As I call your name, please rise para ma-recognize kamo. Auditor Mr. Randy Palma, BOD Elisir Baguio, Edelberto Baguio, BOD gihapon. Then our President, Mr. Vicente Kamaungay. O Secretary, Mr. Miguel B. Unding. They are all officers of MPM to the Mr. Chair. And with this, Mr. Chair, may I request an approval or an permission to this August Parit that this communication number 34 will be discussed under unassigned business with suspended House rules, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There's a request by the Honorable Valera that communication 34 concerning the accreditation of the MPM TODA be tackled under unassigned business under suspended House rules. If there are no objections, kindly take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Macaubos is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy
Good
Love
afternoon.
Month. This representation would like to manifest that communication number 37-2024 be tackled under unassigned business without suspending out the House rules.
Thank you. There's a request by the Honorable Macaubos that communication 37-2024 be tackled under unassigned business without the need to suspend House rules certified urgent by our local Chief Executive regarding the resolution adopting the Davao Oriental Sangguniang Panalawigan Resolution declaring the entire province of Davao Oriental under state of calamity. If there are no objections by the members, kindly take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Are there any more manifestations? Honorable Dayang Hirang is recognized, followed by the Honorable Pang.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mayong hapon sa tanan.
Mayong hapon.
On behalf of the members of the Committee on Environmental Protection, this representation would like to manifest regarding communication number 36, certified urgent by the local Chief Executive, Mr. Presiding Officer, be discussed under unassigned business without the need of suspending the House rules. This is regarding the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Science and Technology, Region 11, and the City Government of Mati relative to the implementation of the Smart and Sustainable Cities and Communities Program. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. There is a request by the Honorable Dayang Hirang that communication number 36 be tackled under unassigned business without the need to suspend House rules certified urgent by our local Chief Executive. If there are no objections, kindly take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We are still under privilege hour. Are there any more manifestations? Honorable Pang is recognized.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, to our colleagues. Good afternoon. To our
Good afternoon.
visitors, good afternoon. In line with our recent weather conditions and catastrophe, would like to ask our gentleman from Barangay Central to give us idea on the preparedness of each barangay with regards to the rescue equipment and also to the kanang sa mga gina-house nato kung naabat sila mga gina-prepare pod na mga blankets, mga banig para we can check kay in a recent situation sometimes the disaster cannot go to some barangays because isolate. So we will check if each barangays kung unsa ilang mga gi-prepare pod. Can I ask our barangay?
Thank you.
Captain
There is
from
a inquiry
Barangay
by the
Central.
Honorable Pang regarding the following. Honorable Macaubos, do you wish to speak?
Thank you, Honorable Pang. At this point, siguro I can only respond with regards to Barangay Central. Considering the fact that the Liga ng mga Barangay Mati chapter has not yet been convened. As of this time, the Barangay Central, for me, we are equipped, but considering the fact that we cannot come up with a number of figure sa ato ang i-rescue, sometimes mas short yun ta. Come to the equipment, we have 3 vehicles used on evacuation. we have ropes, everything we have. But considering the last strong rains that come into our city, definitely all of us was caught unprepared because nobody of us expect that the rains will stay for so long. So that is right observation that some of the areas in Barangay Central, not only in Barangay Central, but the entire province of Davao Oriental, nahimog yung uban, dili makanaog, considering most of our existing roads and bridges, dili passable because of landslide, because of naputol ang mga tulay, na ay mga kahoy nga nagbabag. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Councilor Pang for calling this attention, considering the fact not all times dili ta pwede makasalig sa atuang considering daghan kaayo ang ilahang ginatiman. But for me, as the chairman of as the punong barangay of Barangay Central, I can say by myself that we are ready. We come up with an organization of the youth, which is they are part of the Barangay Central responders, which is the figure is almost 50 katao, excluding my barangay tanods and other representative coming from other parochs. So, but this recent incident caught us unaware, tapos wala gud may magtuo, ngayong ato gyud ang may tabo. I just also would like to inform this honorable body that most of our waterways in the entire city of Mati, dili good kaya i-handle ang kadako nga tubig nga nilabay. We have noticed that, in fact, 3 days before, sa second heavy rains nga nag-abot, ato ang na-witness ang Barangay Central, under my leadership, have come up with a clean-up drive on all waterways. And we found out that there are so many drainage that has been clogged, and we unclogged that. But again, pag-abot sa ulan, dili gyud kaya ikiter. Might this is the right time for us. I am calling also the attention of the City Engineering Office to come up with a design that could cater earth waters. Kay wala man gyud nato na experience even before. So the capacity of our drainage system sa kadaglabay dili gyud kaya. May it be barado og dili, just the same, dili kaya i-cater. So there is always a possibility nga mo overflow gyud. So siguro at this time kinahanglan nato mag-design, especially sa ato ang mga main waterways, sa ato ang mga earth waters nga kinahanglan dako-dako, tapos continuous declogging and desilting to all waterways of the city of Mati. Again, I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks to Honorable Pang for the awareness para sa ato ang tanan. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Honorable Macaubos. Thank you, Honorable Pang, for that statement. Do you have any follow-up statements?
Thank you, Councilor Macaubos, for the inputs, no? Nangutana ko tungod kay same tag observation. Kaning nahitabo sa tuwa karon, nahitabo naman gyud og posible na mahitabo pa ni pohon. So kinahanglan dapat ta maging prepared, no, with the rescue equipment gear sa per barangay level, and also sa mga basic necessities or needs nila kung naay mga evacuate. So moto akong na-observe sa pagtuyok-tuyok namo kauban ni Vice na naay mga areas na isolate gyud. So dili maka-respond dayon ang atong disaster tungod kay putol ang tulay o dili maagihan. So among nakita na dapat prepared pud ang barangay. Maski man lang og pipila lang kabuok, at least naa sila mabahin-bahin. With regards to rescue equipment, mga flashlight, mga raincoats, and generators na dapat naagyud sila. At the same time, ang mga basic kung kanang sa mga mag-evacuate, dapat naatay mga blankets, naatay mga banig, ug uban pa na maka-comfort sa ilaha. And also, na suggest po ni Vice na dapat ang each barangay naapod tay mga naka-standby na food packs in case na dili gyud katabok ang ato ang mga rescue team, no? So I hope we can check with the barangay levels, and if ever na wala gyud tay ingana, maybe we can pass an ordinance to require each barangay para naagid sila yung mga ingana na equipment, no? So kato lang siguro, and thank you. May hapon.
Thank you, Honorable Pang, for the observation and statement. We urge the barangays na kitang tanan nag-donate mga banig, mga flashlight, mga raincoat, unta matago na nila and keep it for their next disaster, labi na kung ma-bar down, no? I think this is a good suggestion. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the volunteerism spirit of the youth groups and other private organizations. Nakita yun nato ang ilang lihokan during the time of the calamity. With regards to the drainage system, the City Planning Office, I know, and the City Engineering Office has prepared a master plan for a drainage system. And it's a good observation by Kap Danny na ang ato mga drainage usahay nag-overflow due to not only clogging, but spillage coming from the other waterways na dili na tama ginagiyan sa atong tubig. I think this is the responsibility of all agencies in government, including our congressional district and our province. There must be proper coordination. We'd like to thank also the efforts of our city disaster management and CSWD. I was there during the morning to observe, and nakita po nato na paspas po sila mulihok. Kaya lang na yung mga area gyud na bog down, na dili mahatdan o mga relief goods. But coordination was properly executed. O sa mga barangay nga Y signal, ngita gyud sila pamaagi ang mga barangay officials para makadobok lang sa area nga nay signal para mag-coordinate sa atong CDR-MC. And we continue to pray for better weather, and we continue to pray harder for the safety of all Matinians. Thank you. Honorable Capinya is recognized. Followed by Honorable Rodriguez. Is it related to the statement? Honorable Rodriguez is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In line with the concern of Honorable Pang, during my time as ABC President, so for the information of everybody, so ang ato mga opsan, disaster preparedness to the barangays is naka-establish na gid na siya, no, mga rescue equipments. So kumpleto na kay usually maugid na ang gina-check before sa ato ang DILG with regards to the disaster preparedness of the different barangays, no? So pero ang gisulti ni Kap Danny kanina regarding sa panghitabo karon na medyo mao ning pinakadako na volume of water na ning abot, no, sa ato ang the whole province of Davao Oriental is affected, no? So siguro kung sa barangays, so ang ako masulti is ako madugang is naka-establish na gid siya, pati ang mga evacuation centers, equipments. So ang atong problema lang kung magdugay, so ang pila lang ang budget sa barangay, so kinahanglan yun na augmentations sa atong city government o sa uban pang mga agencies, no? Kadtula ako madugang. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Rodriguez. Honorable Valera is recognized. Followed by the Honorable Tomas Sabilina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have also an observation, Mr. Chair, in relation of this calamity. Some of the family, they don't have, wala na sila balay, Mr. Chair. Ang uban nga anod. Siguro nga ako makuan, siguro kung makaya sa tuang syudad, doon na tayo immediate nga relocation site intended for that, Mr. Chair. Example, sa science, doon ay pipila ka mga balay nga dapin sa sapa. Then, dili na sila pwede mo balik sa ilahang gipuyan, kay nagbitay naman ang ilahang balay sa sapa. Then ang pinaka-importante doon na sila ay proper relocation site para dito po sila na lang unta mutukod sa ilahang bagong mapuyan, Mr. Chair, kung kaya sa to ang syudad, Mr. Chair. That's all.
Thank you, Honorable Valera. Yes, I think that was an observation of most. In fact, the barangay captain of Barangay Dahican told me when I visited na ang mga evacuees were the same evacuees of the last 2 weeks ago na ingani pod nga low pressure area. So katong mga areas, labi na sa Bangunay, sa Babon, those are prone for flooding. So we can identify already the areas that need immediate resettlement. And I think Mayor Michelle, during our New Year's call, mentioned na nana siya'y plano na i-transfer ang mga uban na labi na sa danger area, prone to landslide and immediate flooding, even with bisag dili kay kusog ang hangin o ulan, nagataas na gyud ang tubig sa ilang area. And this is all part of the master plan of our city. I'd also like to congratulate our city mayor who already oversaw, thank our city mayor who already oversaw all the operations during that time. And all of us that did our part. Naabtan pa na ako si Honorable Alcantara, Honorable Miones, naabtan na ako si Cons Roger, nag-respond immediately. And of course, kasabay na ako mutuyok si Councilor J.R. Pang na giablihan pa nilang ER during the wee hours of the evening. In fact, nihangyo pa ko gabi bay, wala na contact. Ihangyo na ako kay kulang pa mga banig diya sa barangay DMM. No? So thank you so much. All of us. Honorable Sabelino is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, and again, good afternoon, everyone. So, in behalf of the SK Federation Council and also as the SK Federated President of the City of Mati, I would like to grab this opportunity to acknowledge all the SK chairpersons of Mati and also the SK members for their efforts, their time, sa paghatag ug pag-support sa barangay sa mga nag-evacuate and to assist all the means because of the prevailing weather conditions. And again, through to my office pod, limited lang po ako ang resources, but I'll do my best pod karon to support. I've already identified 3 or 4 barangays to support relief goods and also water. And I think tomorrow, Vice, maghatag mig support sa mga identified barangay. And I think Mamali, Tagabakid, and Mayo, napili po siya to mamatagaan sila og mga relief goods, and also especially tubig yun as mao po doy concern sa mga SK chairs nga aning contact pod sa ako. So mao lang to, og daghang salamat.
Thank you, Honorable Tomas, especially the barangay of Macambol who until last night I think impassable gihapon pero nagipangitanog pamaagi sa atong CDRM, naka-deliver sila og relief goods didto, but any additional help is well appreciated, I'm sure, by all residents, not only in Macambol but the entire city of Mati. Salamat, Tomas, sa imong statement of observation, imong padayon ng mga programa para sa youth. Honorable Pang.
Just to add lang, thank you, Councilor Sammy Rodriguez, for the input kay sila mga nakahibalo sa ato ang barangay level. No? Just to add lang, ako nakita, na-observe po, ang importante po na dapat i-equip is the modular tents. Kulang kayo modular tents, nakakita lang ako, pipila lang ka mga barangay ang may modular tents. Unya, modular tents gikan sa DSWD. So I hope makaka-purchase naman po huntaan na, makadugang ta, kay gamit yun kay siya. Pila ka families ang masulod sa modular tents. Kato lang, thank you.
Thank you. The Committee on Disaster can meet upon it by themselves, and then basig pwede sila mag-request ug pibili ka tents allotted na by the barangays, and I'm sure the Department of DSWD will willingly give na stock na sa mga barangay para mo na igamiton in times of disaster. Okay. Thank you. Honorable Capiña is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Mr. Chair, in line with the discussion, we always thank those collaborative effort of the different barangay officials, private organizations, and even private individuals, no, aning tabang sa ato ang panahon nga nagdaot ang atong panahon, but sometimes we forgot to thank those prayer warriors who did nothing but always pray during the calamity, particularly Pastor Dodo and Bishop Jimboy Dayanghirang.
Thank you for your prayers.
Thank you for your prayers, no? So daghang gyud kaayong salamat. And I don't think that others didn't pray, no? Mainampuon mo po din sila, pero nabisi lang og rescue. So, ang way laing gihimo gid kun dili nagampo ang akong nahibalan si Pastor Dodo and Bishop Jimboy. So, thank you very much. Mr. Chair, for our order of business, for communication number 38-2024, an urgent letter from our local chief executive, I wish to have an approval from the members of this august body that this request will be discussed under unassigned business during suspended House rules for the possible approval of the said request of our city mayor. And communication number 22 and communication number 35, though not signified urgent, but also I wish to have an approval from the members of this august body that these two requests will be tackled under unassigned business during suspended House rules for the possible discussion and approval, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Capiña. There is a request by the Honorable Capiña that Communication 38, certified urgent by our local chief executive regarding the extension of the deadline of the processing and renewal of business permits considering the suspension of government offices, moved to February 2 from January 31, 2024. If there are no, be tackled under unassigned business without the need to suspend House rules. If there are no objections, kindly take note, Mr. Secretary. As well as communications 22 and 35 concerning barangay budgets, though not certified urgent, but requested to be tackled under unassigned business with suspended House rules. If there are no objections, again, kindly take note of the three of these, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
May I request the chairman of the Committee on Rules to suspend some part of our internal rules, Mr. Chair, to make you excuse during this regular session due to not wearing
Thank you.
our uniform.
Thank
So
you.
requesting the chairman of the Committee on Rules for the suspension of the portion of that internal rules, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Capiña. It's okay because our rule is whenever one violates the uniform, maglibre sa next session. But we have 3 birthdays coming up in February. Mas pwede na to akong libre sa inyo. Sabay na. Thank you. If there are no, please manifest. Honorable Miones is recognized.
Thank you so much. I understand the sentiment of my colleague, Councilor Capiña, because supposed to be the session will be that is scheduled on Tuesday, but because of what happened, it was again on Wednesday, Thursday, and now we are not ready for this session. That's why we understand why the Honorable Vice Mayor did not wear proper uniform during session because of the situation. I believe, Councilor Capiña, there is no, I think, reaction from the members of this body against the uniform, the dress code of our Vice Mayor. Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña, for your concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Miones. Thank you all for excusing me. I was here this morning, nagpirma ko, and then daghan na niadto sa akong pisina. Tapos nagtabang pud ko sa atong CSWD actually. So I didn't have time. Naguli ko actually. I went home a bit, tapos na nagtawag na panatuyo akong mga barong. Niuli na lang pud ko. Thank you. If there are no more manifestations, Honorable Valera? Honorable Valera is recognized.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Siguro, Mr. Chair, para papod makapanginabuhi ang ato ang mga MPM TUDA, makapamasayro pa siguro kung musugot ako ang mga kauban na ato na lang silang palakawon para makapamasayro pa.
Thank you, Honorable Valera.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
A few minutes recess is declared. May we invite the members to the session floor for a quick photo opportunity, especially Okay, kindly settle down. Session is resumed. If there are no other manifestations, please proceed to the next item, Mr. Secretary.
For proposed ordinance, we have two proposed measure. Proposed City Ordinance Number 590, Series 2024, an ordinance changing the name of Mateos Central Elementary School to Paterno Madanlo Mateos Central Elementary School. Proponent, Chairman Committee on Education, the Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Gaita. Proposed City Ordinance Number letter B, Draft City Ordinance Number 591, Series of 2024, an ordinance strictly enforcing the policies and regulations on the entry of migrants within the ancestral domains of the City of Mati, Province of Davao Oriental, as prescribed in the Ancestral Domain Sustainable Development and Protection Plan of Mandaya, ICCs, and IPs of Mati City, Davao Oriental. Proponent, Honorable Baudilio Miones, referred to the proponent. No proposed resolution for first reading. For communications and messages, communication number 20, Series 2024, a letter from the Honorable Michelle Rabat, our City Mayor, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglungsod members requesting to rename the City Housing Community Development and Resettlement Department into City Housing and Resettlement Office, referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman, Committee on Good Government. Communication number 21, Series 2024, letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable members ng Sangguniang Panglungsod requesting for a passage of an ordinance amending the fees and charges of certain health services and for the proposed new laboratory services with their corresponding fees as submitted by City Health Office, referred to Chairman Committee on Health, the Honorable Rogelio Pabio. Communication number 22, Series 2024, first endorsement from Mrs. Simaya Bagay Dimpas, City Budget Officer, pertaining to pre-reviewed 2023 Sangguniang Kabataan Supplemental Budget of Barangay Don Salvador Lopez, referred to the Committee Chairman on Appropriation, the Honorable Capina, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 23, Series 2024, this pertains to Executive Order number 02, Series 2024, transferring the supervision of the Local Youth Development Office, LYDO, from the City Social Welfare and Development Office to City Planning and Development Office, for the information of the Honorable August Body. Communication number 24, Series 2024, Executive Order number 03, Series 2024, prescribing guidelines for the operation of a night market adjacent to the Mayor Francisco G. Rabat Park and Baywalk until December 31, 2024, for the information of the Honorable August Body. Communication number 25, Series 2024, Executive Order number 04, Series 2024, amending various executive orders with the subject matter creating the City Tricycle Franchising and Regulatory Board by updating the representative of the City of Mati Tourism Council, for the information of the August Body. Communication number 26, Series 2024, this pertains to Executive Order number 05, Series 2024, amending various executive orders with the subject matter reorganizing and reconstituting the City Health Board by updating its membership, for the information of the August Body. Communication number 27, Series 2024, this pertains to Executive Order number 06, Series 2024, amending various executive orders with the subject matter reorganizing and reconstituting the City Nutrition Council by updating its membership. Same for the information of the Honorable August Body. Communication number 28, Series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 07, Series of 2024, amending various executive orders with the subject matter reorganizing and reconstituting the Mati Investment Promotions Board by updating its membership, for the information of the Honorable August Body. Communication number 29, Series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 08, Series of 2024, reorganizing the Bids and Awards Committee of the City of Mati, for the information of the August Body. Communication number 30-2024, Executive Order number 09, Series of 2024, declaring the suspension of classes in the preschool, elementary, and secondary levels of public schools in the City of Mati on January 16, 2024 as precautionary measure in view of the continuous moderate to heavy rains affecting the City of Mati, for the information of the August body. Communication number 31, Series 2024, Executive Order number 10, Series of 2024, amending Executive Order number 24, Series 2023, creating the Performance Management Team and the Department Performance Management Team for the effective implementation of the Strategic Performance Management System by updating its membership of the Performance Management Team and the functions of the Department Performance Management Team, for the information of the August body. Communication number 32, CS 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 11, CS 2024, declaring the suspension of classes in the preschool, elementary, secondary, and tertiary levels of public and private schools and work in all government offices in the City of Mati from January 18 to 19, 2024 as precautionary measure in view of the continuous moderate to heavy rains affecting the City of Mati, for the information of the August body. Communication number 33, Series 2024, Executive Order number 12, Series of 2024, prescribing guidelines for the provision of incentives for peace and order community force multipliers and volunteers, for the information of the August body. Communication number 34, Series 2024, a letter from Mr. Vicente C. Kamaungay, MPM, to the President, addressed to the Honorable Lorenzo Leon G. Rabat through the Honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members, requesting for the accreditation of Madang Public Market Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association, referred to the Honorable Arman Valera, Chairman Committee on Cooperative, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 35, Series 2024, first endorsement from Mrs. Simaya Bagaydimba, City Budget Officer, pertaining to pre-reviewed Barangay Supplemental Budget number 01 o Barangay Tagbinunga for calendar year 2023, referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman Committee on Finance, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 36, CS 2024, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Members, Sangguniang Panlungsod, dated January 26, 2024, requesting for a passage of a resolution authorizing the local Chief Executive to sign for in behalf of the City Government of Mati for the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Science and Technology, Regional Office 11, and the City Government of Mati relative to the implementation of the Smart and Sustainable Cities and Communities Program, referred to the Honorable Jerome Deng Hirang, Chairman Committee on Environment, to be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. Communication number 37, CS 2024, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Members, Sangguniang Panlungsod, dated February 2, 2024, requesting for a passage of a resolution adopting Davao Oriental Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution number 17-796-01-2024, a resolution declaring the entire province of Davao Oriental under the state of calamity due to the severe damages and extensive destruction caused by heavy rainfall due to the shellline on January 16, 2024. Referred to Chairman Committee on Peace and Order and Public Safety, the Honorable Daniel Macaobos. This will be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. And last communication, Mr. Presiding Officer, communication number 38, Series 2024, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Members, Sangguniang Panlungsod, dated February 2, 2024, requesting for a passage of a resolution authorizing the extension of the deadline for the processing of business permits and authorizing the City Treasurer to waive the penalties and surcharges of late renewal of business permits until February 9, 2024 due to some fortuitous events, referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman Committee on Finance, and this will be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. That's all for communications, Mr. Chair. Committee report, we have one, committee report number 04-CS24, Committee on Peace and Order by the Honorable Daniel Macaobos.
Honorable Macaubos is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This representation as chairman of the Committee on Peace, Order, and Public Safety, together with the whole composition of the committee, would like to pass and render committee report number 04-2024 for its adoption. I do so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. There's a motion by the Honorable Macaubos for the adoption of Committee Report number 04, Series of 2024. Do any members second his motion? Seconded by all. If there are no objections or further discussions, Committee Report number 04 is hereby adopted. Please proceed to the next item.
For calendar business, no unfinished business. Business for the day for second reading, product of Committee Report number 4, proposed ordinance number 575-2024 by the Honorable Macaobos.
Thank you. Honorable Macaubos is recognized.
Again, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This representation would like to pass City Ordinance number 575, Series of 2024, an ordinance institutionalizing the use of emergency citywide siren alert system, providing mechanism for the implementation thereof, and for the other purposes. For second reading, I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Macaubos for the passage of Draft City Ordinance number 575, Series of 2024 on its second reading. Members to second this motion. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections or further discussions, motion is carried. Honorable Macaubos, you may
Mr.
proceed.
Chairman, if it's okay to my colleagues, I would like to ask permission for this August body. I would like to tackle this ordinance for the third and final reading on the unassigned business under suspended House rules.
Thank you. There is a request by the Honorable Macaubos that Draft City Ordinance number 575 be tackled under unassigned business under suspended House rules for its possible approval and discussion on its third and final reading. If there are no objections, kindly take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. Please proceed to the next item.
For unassigned business, we have three urgent communications as manifested by Honorable Macaobos, Honorable Daeng Hirang, and Honorable Capina.
Thank you. Honorable Miones is first recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move for the conversion of the August body into a committee as a whole. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Miones for the conversion of this body into a committee as a whole. Members to second this motion. Seconded by all. If there are no objections, we are now converted into a committee as a whole, and Honorable Macaubos is again recognized for communication number 37.
Thank you again, Mr. Presiding Officer. This representation would like to open for discussion relative to the said communication number 7, series of 2024. The floor now is open for discussion.
Thank you. The floor is now open for any discussions regarding communication number 37 as presented by the Honorable Macaubos. If there are none, please proceed.
I now move for the adoption of the committee of a whole recommendation, a passage of a resolution as requested under communication 37 series of 2024. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Macaubos for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendation for communication 37. Members to second his motion. Seconded by all. If there are no objections or discussions, this motion is carried. Honorable Daeng Hirang is recognized, followed by the Honorable Capina.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. The floor is now open for any discussion regarding communication number 36-2024.
Thank you. The floor is now open for any discussions regarding communication 36 series of 2024. Are there any discussions? If there are none, you may proceed, Honorable Daeng Hirang.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation regarding communication number 36. I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Daeng Hirang for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendation for the said communication. Members to second his motion. Seconded by all. If there are no objections or discussions further, motion is carried. Honorable Capina is recognized for communication 38.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. The floor now is open for any queries, discussions for communication number 38-2024.
Thank you. The floor is now open for any discussions regarding Communication 38. If there are none, you may proceed, Honorable Capinia.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation for communication number 38-2024. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Capinia for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendation for the said communication. Do any member second his motion? Seconded by all. If there are no objections or further discussions, motion is carried. Honorable Miones is recognized.
I move for the conversion of this August body back to plenary.
There is a motion by the Honorable Miones for the conversion of this body back into plenary. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections, we are now back into plenary, and Honorable Macaubos is recognized.
I now move for a passage of a resolution adopting Davao Oriental Sangguniang Panlalawigan Resolution number 796-01, series of 2024, a resolution declaring the entire province of Davao Oriental, including city of Mati as its component city, under the state of calamity due to the severe damages and extensive destruction caused by the heavy rainfall due to shear line on January 16, 2024. I do so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Macaubos for a passage of resolution as he has just stated. Members to second this motion? Seconded by all. If there are no objections or further discussions, resolution is passed. Honorable Dayang Hirang is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. On behalf of the members of the Committee on Environmental Protection, this representation would like to move for the passage of a resolution authorizing the local chief executive, the Honorable Mayor Michelle Nakbil Rabat, to enter into and sign for, on behalf of the city government of Mati, the Memorandum of Understanding with the Department of Science and Technology, Regional Office 11, relative to the implementation of the Smart and Sustainable Cities and Communities Program. I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Dayang Hirang for a passage of a resolution as he has just stated. Members to second this motion? Seconded by all. If there are no objections, motion is carried. Honorable Capinia is recognized.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. I now move for a resolution authorizing the extension of the deadline for the processing of business permits and authorizing the city treasurer to waive the penalties and surcharges of late renewal of business permits until February 9, 2024. I now move for the approval of the said resolution, Mr. Chair. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Capinia for a passage of a resolution. Do any members second his motion? Seconded by all. If there are no objections or further discussions, motion is carried. To properly facilitate Communications 34, 22, 35, and City Ordinance 575, Honorable Miones is recognized.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. I move for the suspension of the House rules. At the same time, the conversion of this August body into a committee as a whole. I do so move.
Thank you. There's a motion by the Honorable Miones for the suspension of House rules and the conversion of this body into a committee as a whole. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections, we are now converted into a committee as a whole, and House rules are now suspended. Honorable Valera is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The floor now is open for the discussion of communication number 34.
Thank you. Are there any discussions regarding Communication 34 as presented by Honorable Valera? If there are none, please proceed, Honorable Valera.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I now move for the adoption as committee as a whole recommendation of communication number 34. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Valera for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendation for Communication 34. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections or further discussions, motion is carried. Honorable Capinia is recognized. Communications 22 and 35. You may lump sum their discussions and passage, Honorable Capinia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The floor now is open for any queries with regards to the communication number 22 and communication number 35.
Thank you. The floor is now open for any discussions regarding Communications 22 and 35. SK Budget of Don Salvador Lopez and Barangay Supplemental Budget of Barangay Tagbinonga. Are there any discussions? If none, please proceed, Honorable Capinia.
Mr. Chair, I now move for the committee as a whole recommendation for communication number 22-2024 and communication number 35-2024. I do so move.
Thank you. There's a motion by the Honorable Capinia for the adoption of a committee as a whole recommendation for communications 22 and 35 respectively. Any members to second this motion? Seconded by all members. Are there any objections or discussions? If none, motions are carried. Honorable Miones is recognized. Okay na.
I move for the conversion of the discussed body back to plenary.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Miones for the conversion of this body back into plenary. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections, we are now back into plenary. Honorable Valera is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is now the product of communication number 34, the Committee on Cooperative and Livelihood, together with the whole composition, move for a passage of a resolution approving the application for accreditation of the Madang Public Market Tricycle Operators and Drivers Association. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Valera for a passage of a resolution. Members to second his motion. Seconded by all members. If there are no objections or discussions, motion is carried. Palakpakan sa natong MPM Toda. Na. Thank you, Honorable Valera. Please makita nila sa live nato, nagipasaran nato. Honorable... Ay! Honorable Capinia is recognized for 2 resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Lump sum passage of 2 resolutions. A resolution declaring supplemental budget number 1 for year 2023 of the Sangguniang Kabataan of Barangay Don Salvador Lopez, this city to be operative. And I now move for a resolution declaring supplemental budget number 1 for year 2023 of Barangay Tagbinonga, this city to be operative. I now move for the passage of 2 resolutions, Mr. Chair. I do so move.
Thank you. There is a motion by the Honorable Capinia for the passage of 2 resolutions. Do any members second his motion? Seconded by all members. If there are no objections or further discussions, the 2 resolutions are passed. Honorable Macaubos is recognized for City Ordinance number 575.
This representation again would like to pass City Ordinance number 575 series of 2024 for its 3rd and final reading. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There's a motion by the Honorable Macaubos for the passage of City Ordinance number 575 on its 3rd and final reading. Those in favor, please raise your hand. Kindly take note, Mr. Secretary.
All members present voted for the measure, no objection.
Thank you. Hence, City Ordinance number 575 is approved on its 3rd and final reading. Congratulations, Kaptani. I think we are done with all requested communications, ordinances, and the like. Honorable Miones is
I
recognized.
move for the lifting of the suspended House rules.
Thank you. There's a motion by the Honorable Miones for the lifting of suspended House rules, seconded by all members. If there are no objections, the suspended House rules are now lifted. What is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Announcement, other matters, followed by adjournment and closing prayer.
Thank you. Are there any announcements? Especially Honorable Rabat Gaita is recognized, followed by the Honorable Dayanghirang, Capinia, and Pang.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So, for the information of everybody, this coming February 5, 2024, Monday at 1 p.m. here at the Sangguniang Panlunsod Session Hall, the Committee on Education will be conducting a committee hearing to discuss proposed City Ordinance number 564, an ordinance changing the name of Talukanga Elementary School to Mansay Elementary School, and proposed City Ordinance number 590, an ordinance changing the name of Matiao Central Elementary School to Paterno Madanlo Matiao Central Elementary School. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Rabat Gaita. I think the change of names is because the deed of donations already finished. Is that tama?
Based on the DepEd order, Vice, for an institution to be ma-change ang name, kailangan daw through an ordinance, not only a resolution. So those resolutions that we have passed before regarding the changing of names of the different schools, it must be undergone through a or city ordinance po.
Thank you, Honorable Rabat Gaita, for clarifying. Honorable Pang is recognized for his birthday celebration schedule, and followed by the Honorable Dayang Hirang and Honorable Kapinya. Sige, sige, bye.
So far, wala pa yung schedule, pero dito na lang sa mga daogan siguro.
Honorable Dayang Hirang is recognized.
Just this morning, Vice, naman tayo first Friday Mass din Ganina si Father Donald nangita sa mga birthday celebrant kay dako kayo kanang
Holy water.
holy water na dala, no? Gipakita si Konsehal Kobe, Konsehal Tara o si Konsehal GR Pang kay para daw pag-bless sa mga birthday celebrant. Vice, this coming March 11 to 13, 2024 is the first quarterly PCL quarterly continuing local legislative education program in Boracay Island, Malay, Aklan, province of Aklan. All councilors are invited. Apil na po ka, Vice, no?
When's the date again?
March 11 to 13. Magpadala lang ko og communication sa kada opisina basin napay wala naka
Asa ang hotel, Honorable Dayang Hirang?
hotel wala pa. Depende sa maka first come first serve maguni Vice. No?
Thank
Malay
you.
Aklan, Boracay, Boracay
Thank you,
Island.
Honorable Dayang Hirang, for the announcement. Thank you for inviting me. Muban ra ko kung muban si SPSEC.
Muuban dito librehon na mo ni Konsehal Konsehal Kobe, mga officers sa PCN.
Thank you, Honorable Dayang Hirang. Boracay, yes. I'll only go if SP Secretary goes. Honorable Kapinya is recognized.
Boracay, issue na po. Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just would like to have an advance announcement and invitation to the members and the Vice Chair of the Committee on Good Government that the committee will be having a committee hearing on February 7, that is Wednesday, 1 p.m. We'll be discussing three subjects. Communication number 389, which is pending to the committee. 389-2023, no? Sorry, medyo nandelay gamay. And communication number 12-2024 and today's communication number 20-2024. So again, this is an invitation of committee hearing, not an invitation of birthday celebration. No?
Thank you, Honorable Kapinya, for the announcement.
Wednesday.